Thanks for clicking this link. This video is intended for those who are building a Colonial marine helmet and body armor from my kit parts. Contact me through the website in the description if you're interested in acquiring a set of these parts. And this is that same set of parts, fully trimmed, assembled, painted, weathered, and detailed. I'll also cover some of the fine detailing, such as installing fabric backing, modifying and installing an M1 helmet liner, attaching soft parts, and installing an accurate light-up and flared eyepiece. Let's start out with painting the camera body and lens. So we don't need to worry about it later, let's tackle the microphone. Drill a hole in both resin parts and superglue the rods in place. You can substitute brass rod instead of the acrylic rod included with the kit. Spray paint both sections silver and set aside for later. The helmet shell will need a cutout to allow room for the ear flap assembly. You can hand trim the helmet parts, or you can speed things up by using a belt sander. Drill corresponding holes through the forehead plate and the main shell in these locations. Use rivets and a rivet gun to make this attachment. Hand trim these two parts and hinge them using a metal wire. Superglue at the ends to hold the wire in place. Use superglue to attach these two metal button covers. You can find these at any fabric store. And also superglue these two resin rod details. Rivets are used here again to attach this entire assembly. Base coat the helmet and lobster plates with olive green spray paint. This is your base coat, and a lot of this shows through the final paint job. Painting camouflage. When painting the camouflage, you should not use an airbrush. Do this all by hand with brushes. Using acrylic paints, mix a light tan and then a dark brown to create your top coat. Before proceeding with other colors, I want to mute down the brightness by misting the entire helmet with flat black spray paint. Now it's time to detail with fine lines using black. I like to follow the bold colors that already exist on the helmet. I recommend clear coating the paintwork at this point. This does two things. It prevents scratches and it creates a restore point. If you mess up any paintwork after this, you can always wash it off and restart at this stage. If needed, you could mist the helmet down again using flat black spray paint. This is going to darken the colors. It's going to make the camouflage look a little more serious and not so circusy bright. Now we're ready to start assembly. This concludes part 1 of this tutorial. In part 2, you'll see how to properly assemble the lobster plates, the camera, install a helmet liner, and detail some deluxe features. This is a really kick-ass helmet. You'll enjoy this one.